Hello, friends, and welcome to the first episode of the Sanity Conservation Squad podcast. I am joined with me today by my Conservation Squad podcast. I am joined with me today by my best friend and partner for this, Kendall.
It is I.
And we're just going to be talking with you guys about all kinds of stuff. We've had this idea for a long time, and we're super excited. So, yeah, we're hoping to do a lot more of these and kind of build this and improve it and make it the best that it can be.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time.
So recently, you've moved out on your own. So how's that going?
Basically, it's a mess, but it's one of the messes that you can have a great time with. But besides for that, living with five guys is it's not organized. And I recently moved out of a clusterfuck of a home. And how's that going for you?
It is going decent. Trying to find work is a little bit trickier than I thought. But other than that, like it's a small little 2-bedroom house, and like I can't complain. I mean, like I'm just trying to get everything in order, get all my ducks in a line, and it's been interesting. And I just hit 60 subs, which I know seems like a really small margin, but like I'm pretty pumped about that. But I'm
It's
just
a big moment.
I wouldn't go big, but it's a moment.
Yeah, but you must cherish it.
So I haven't even gotten to ask you, is like sit down one on one and to just talk to you about like. So we played a lot of the Black Ops Cold War beta, didn't we?
Yes, we played quite a bit.
So I wanted to ask you your full opinion,
Full opinion on the beta.
but full.
It's
It's not Black Ops
it's
2.
yeah, it's just not Black Ops 2, um, as one of our other friends has said too many times.
Speaking of that friend, he was supposed to be a guest on the podcast, but he's going to join us next week. So keep an eye out for that. I'm looking forward to picking his brain.
Probably literally.
But yeah, what did you think of it?
Well, compared to like the stuff we have now, it feels a lot more. It's a clunkier movement system, but I kind of dig it a little bit more than what we have with like Modern Warfare.
It's
So go ahead.
to me like Modern Warfare is great. It's one of the best Call of Duties that we've had in a long time. But like, it just feels like it's built to cater to people that just camp.
And that's mostly because of like it's the fact that what they put doors in, and with that, by cutting off lines of sights using those doors, it allows the person to have a jump on anyone trying to stop them from doing it. And I think that's like a major aspect of it. But like you can camp and it's just easy to do.
Mounting is also a big thing. I can't tell you how many times playing that game I have turned the corner just to get my shit pushed in by some dude that's just mounted on a corner.
Yeah, no, I mean I've definitely used mounting to my advantage many times. So I wouldn't say like it's completely a bad thing, but like when it cuts off half the body and they can see like all of you, it's gonna screw you over.
I can honestly say, other than playing like Search and Destroy, I've never mounted without, except for camo challenges.
Yeah, no. Besides for the grind for the master camo, I rarely mount.
Speaking of the Master Camo, what do you think we're gonna get with Cold War? Because I mean, I know we've already talked about it before. How we're both gonna go after, we're gonna get it. But I mean, first things first is zombies, and we'll get into zombies in a little bit. But like, will it be dark matter? Do you think we're gonna get a third dark matter?
So with the games where we got dark matter in the past, if you think about it, they were definitely set more in the future,
Yeah.
like BO3, BO4. Um, I don't think they'll go the route of dark matter with Cold War just because of the time period. And
So
if they do, it's kind of going to make no sense.
See, like, I understand, like, taking yourself out of the immersion of it all.
Hmm.
I will be happy if it's animated because I'm not gonna lie. After I got Damascus, I sat there for about 10 to 15 minutes and I just kind of stared at it until I convinced myself that it was worth the tedious stuff that I did for it.
I mean, I enjoy the camo, and I don't mind. Like, I think I take it more as like people are gonna know that you have put time into the game. So I guess animation on it, the camos aren't as big for me.
That's a
I kind of like immersion when it comes to time period because Cold War is literally just a time period Call of Duty. It's set in a
so.
specific time.
If you were, what would be your perfect mastery camo? Because I have a follow up question to this, but I'm just curious, what would be the perfect mastery camo for you?
That's the thing. I'd have to brainstorm this for a long time because you want it to be something worth it, but you also like, as I said, it shouldn't be moving.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough, but like to me, I felt like the camo was easily the hardest camo grind that we've ever had. Easily the hardest.
Yeah, there was some times when it really it kills you.
But without mounts and stuff like that, are we going to have the same like back to just get 150 headshots with each weapon and then do your like bloodthirsties and stuff for the next one like it was in Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3?
I wouldn't mind it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that either because like just
Although
playing
it's oh, go ahead.
just playing off of the beta, like it feels a lot smoother than the alpha did. Like they need to nerf the slide. If I can slide that far, it felt more like the Black Ops 3 slide.
Well, I also noticed that like it's a bit of a gravity fed slide, so like sliding up a hill is not gonna give you as much advantage as if you were like say sliding down a hill.
And like I'm fine with that kind of sliding. With like the slide mechanics being accurate, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but you think they need to be reduced more, like a little
Um
more?
I think they could. I think they could stand to be kind of like nerfed a little bit. But like if I'm going down a hill, then I think that slide's appropriate. But like I'm talking in like when I'm just running on flat ground and I slide, I feel like I'm going a lot farther than I actually would sliding.
Yeah, maybe we should play a little more baseball. Get our science for sliding done.
Listen, you and I have played plenty of baseball together over the years.
Yeah, whew, those were some times.
But like going back into like Cold War and everything, like you could definitely tell that the Alpha was an older build of the game. Like a much older build because like everything just felt a lot more fluid in the alpha and maybe that's just me wanting this game to be good.
Yeah, no. I've been seeing like my worry was when you compare graphics, there's not really an upgrade when you go into Cold War from Modern Warfare,
Yeah, but
and
I've been thinking about that a lot too and I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead and finish. Sorry.
I was gonna say, like in some cases, if lowering like if they reduce the like graphic, like just a little bit, if it reduces like storage size, because we know Modern Warfare that
That's
storage was absolute
It's at almost
absolutely insane.
200 gigs on my PlayStation right now and on my PC.
It's yeah, it's just not no bueno. It's not good.
It's not.
But
But I look at it like this game was built for the PS5 though, and Xbox and the new Xbox. So like,
I don't know. I feel like it's been in production a little longer than that though.
yeah, but like, have you looked at the gameplay that's been captured on the PS5 of like the little campaign mission that they've put out?
Yeah,
It looks a lot cleaner.
it does.
And let me tell you, the PlayStation 5, I cannot wait to get my hands on that.
I don't know, man. The new consoles, I feel like it's just turned into kind of a war. I mean, there's always been like a solid dispute on which one's better,
Oh
but
yeah,
like I've never been a fan of buying new consoles when they come out, just for the fact that I want to hear people's opinion on them
yeah,
before I actually purchase.
and like with everything that's becoming crossplay, like thank God for that.
Yeah, oh thank God for crossplay.
Like that changes everything so much. All right, we're gonna take a quick break while I take off my hoodie. So I'm gonna snap here, and you'll know when to. I'll know when to cut it out. And then there we go. Those are little editing techniques I've picked up or I've learned about. I've been without having a job. I've just honestly been sitting here like I've applied at like over 20 different places, and I haven't
Hmm.
heard anything. So I've just been like, I'll submit like 6 or 7 apps in a day, and then I'll just get on and like watch a bunch of YouTube videos on like how to edit videos and just and stuff like that.
Understandable.
Back on the Cold War topic, I'll admit that the guns felt a lot more balanced, but like there were still some glaring issues.
I see. I trust Treyarch a lot more than I do
Infinity
Activision
Ward.
when it comes to data.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
hands down, hands down.
Treyarch has been a lot better at gun balancing, I should say. They have their problems, blue screen, but yeah, they know how to work their weapons a lot better than what I've seen in Modern Warfare.
And back on the blue screening, RIP my white PlayStation controller that got broken during my 9 speed runs.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
pretty
brutal.
mate, rest in peace.
Speaking of 9 and zombies, how excited are you for zombies this year?
Actually, I think zombies is what I'm purely getting this game for. Like, I'll grind out the weapon camos, and campaign's going to be a bonus because I love the Cold War era.
Oh yeah, and like with the classic characters being back and everything, I'm so excited for the campaign and everything else.
But zombies, oh my god, they've opened up a whole fucking new book of like possibilities.
I would like. I'm honestly gonna try it, and I'd like you to be a part of this if you'd be down. I'd like to get a group together and try to solve the egg.
I mean, yeah, we can attempt being the key word.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a whole new storyline basically with the dark. It's are they called? What is the official name for this? Do you know? Is it dark? Is it the Dark Ether?
It is Dark Ether,
Okay, I'm a
which is
fan of
weird
that.
because at the end of our last story, I thought we got rid of it, or we didn't technically. We got rid of like
The
the full on
multiverse. Yeah, the
Yeah,
multiverse was destroyed.
but I feel like the way they have it set, it's very open ended. We could get some cameos. It's gonna be some. It's gonna be a good time.
So I meant to ask you about this a while ago, and I'm glad I can ask you it now. I've heard a lot of rumors going around with people, and I've watched some videos about it. A lot of people say that like yes, this is a new storyline, but like a lot of people think Victus is still alive.
Well, that's the thing. So our characters, as they said in like the preview, they were half right. They did create a single timeline,
Yes.
and so what we have in it is, I believe, Dark Ether leaking out, and I believe that our characters are definitely dead,
Yeah. They're done.
but Victus is a whole nother, like a whole nother, whatever you want to say. That's a whole nother topic. Like,
Yeah.
because they were banished. They weren't killed.
So there's been some theories too that like, and by the way, I am a huge fan that you can view the radios and stuff that you find outside of the game too once you find them, if that's how the system works.
Yeah,
That is
I'm because if I discover something, I want to be able to look back at it.
That's honestly gonna make me want to hunt for the ciphers and the radios a lot more.
Yeah, because if you can have them like bookmarked in a certain location of your menu, and you can go back and check them anytime, I feel like that'll be helpful, especially for people focused more on the storyline.
Oh yeah, agreed 100%. But like, I have to ask, how do you feel about there not being a set crew on the map?
Ooh, there's your big issue. There's the one problem that I'm extremely scared of. I'm really hoping we have another, like, since it's a restart, I'm hoping it's a World at War situation where our first map has absolutely, like, it's characters that mean nothing to us.
Yeah.
And then later on, we actually get a set crew. But thus far, if it's going to be a pick your character, it's going to take away a little bit of the
immersion.
A little bit of immersion.
I agree. Another thing that I'm very worried about is you can buy your way out. Buyable endings.
I wouldn't call it a buyable ending because you definitely have the option to ignore it.
Yeah.
But they say that, like, if you're on, it gives you something to where you don't have to just kill yourself to, like, leave. So, like, if you're doing a high round attempt, or if you're just messing around with friends and one of them has to go, instead of just downing yourself, you can extract.
So, like, my question is, when you extract, like, if you can party up again and join back in, could you do that? And you would just jump back in with the weapons, the perks, and what round you're on?
No, I believe the extraction is going to be an end game, so everyone's going to be extracted when it triggers, and it'll probably be an end game kind of thing.
That's very interesting.
You keep asking me these questions like I'm some kind of developer, Trent. I don't know.
Well, I just want to get your opinion because, like, you and I have played I played zombies since Noct, and so have you.
Yes.
So, like, I just want to get your opinion on all of this.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I don't know. I'm very excited for zombies. Can we take a minute and talk about how big of a flop co-op was in Modern Warfare?
You know, I loved survival. I loved some of the special ops missions in past Modern Warfare games. And you could always go back and have a good time, no matter what. Because you and I, in WWE days, stay up half just goofing around.
Oh yeah.
I can't do that on this game.
No, I think that one night that we played with a bunch of your friends from college, when we got to like wave 25 or something, that's like the only time I've ever really given it a serious attempt.
Don't get me wrong, like, if I have a group of people that I can actually talk to, I'd give it another shot, hands down.
Yeah.
But it's just not something you want to jump in by yourself and do.
And like those missions are just terrible. Like, I tried to play a couple online with randoms, and like we wouldn't get past like the third objective. We'd just get absolutely pummeled by juggernauts and everything else.
Oh, believe me. We completed, I believe, the first two missions. Like, the first two, like, special ops missions. Anything after that is, you get plinked, chances are you're going down. They made it ridiculous.
And they even nerfed the difficulty. Like, I remember when the game came out, they released a patch that, like, toned down the difficulty.
So they say.
But with Modern Warfare being over, will that ever be a game that you come back to play when you're bored?
The problem is those special ops missions are like the thing that keep people playing, right?
Yeah.
Because some multiplayer is eventually going to die out. Warzone, that's going to be its own thing, and I guarantee there'll always be people playing, but those are going to be your sweats
Well, I
that
mean,
have
like
like
you have Warzone integrating into Cold War with the
yeah, but it's going to be a different map. I don't think Modern Warfare players can play with the Cold War players.
but like one thing I am a fan of is Warzone is still going to be free to play, which is a big dub on Activision's part.
It is.
In my opinion, that is what saved Modern Warfare. Because like the multiplayer's fun and everything, but like it's just so unbalanced gun wise. Like the M4 is still busted. The MP5 still runs lobbies. You got the Grau, and there's other weapons that I'm missing, of course. But like, there's so many like busted guns.
Well, I mean, you got to admit that carries over into Warzone too.
And it does. But like one thing that is a huge dub is like the cosmetics that you bought, like the character skins and the finishers and stuff that you bought in Modern Warfare. For Warzone, that transfers over to Cold War.
So we're having a good time.
That's a dub.
It's going to be a good time.
Now, I admit I've spent some money to buy cosmetics on this game. Nothing like we did with Black Ops 3.
No, don't bring that up. Those were sad times.
Well, I mean, even Mr. T Lexify said in a video that he was in that he probably spent about $5,000 on Black Ops 3.
I think anyone who cared about getting weapons in Black Ops 3 spent ridiculous amounts. You're not going to get a weapon by just playing the game.
Yeah, it wasn't
that was the problem.
It wasn't just the weapons either, like gobblegums.
Oh.
And like
it's not a good system.
And
I'm glad we won't go back to it.
There's got to be something in zombies. You can't tell me there won't be some kind of microtransaction in zombies.
There might be, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as BO3, BO4.
I like the gobblegums. It's just that it wasn't as easy to earn liquid divinium. Like you had to consistently put in time to get liquid divinium in game to the point to where when you got those ultra rares and those megas and everything else, it just wasn't worth using.
No, because unless you get over like what I usually tried to keep about 3 of everything. Yeah. I was too scared to use them because you ain't getting them back for a long time.
And like, I mean, you could dashboard, but it's still.
Dashboarding's a thing. That's.
You mean to tell me you never dashboard in Black Ops 3?
I dashboarded once or twice, but that's if you're certain, like you get real pissed.
Oh, I did that all the time, especially when playing by myself. I'd run like my best gobblegums, and then like if I'd go down or like I was about to go down, I'd just pause it and dashboard. No shame whatsoever.
Oh, no shame, you say?
No shame whatsoever. I have no shame.
You and your no shame.
I'm excited for Cold War. Like, there's going to be a lot of content to make off of this game, and I think it's going to be a good year.
I think from what they've given us thus far, it's going to be a good game.
Or it could just blow up in flames and be Black Ops 4 all over again, where people get tired of making content on it halfway through the game and start doing other things.
Yeah, but there's one thing for sure: it's just not going to be BO2.
It's not going to be BO2.
It's not.
It's not. But one thing that has gotten me more excited for like zombies and everything is Pat's retrospectives.
I think you mean Smith, right?
Yeah, the Smith plays retrospectives.
Yeah, no, I watched a couple of them. They
I need to catch back up with working overnights and everything in the summer. I was dead to the world. But like,
yeah, it's easy to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the election is coming up.
Oh, buddy.
Did you register to vote?
Yes, sadly, I'm registered to vote.
I am as well. I'm just ready for it to be over, to be honest.
The problem is, I want to care, but I could literally care less. That's the problem.
And, like, I'm gonna vote because, like, I'm a firm believer that if you don't vote, you don't have the right to bitch.
Oh no, I'm voting,
Yeah.
but you can guarantee I'm gonna.
And,
Actually, I've been doing a little research. It's about time the third party gets its ass in gear.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
or maybe we just do away with the party system.
America should go back to the barter system and just throw away currency.
Yeah, we should
Like,
do
I'll
that.
trade you 3 cows and a goat for a PS5.
Here's my firstborn child. I would like a 6 pack of condoms.
Here is my entire inheritance. Give me the new Nvidia 390 graphics card.
I think you're lowballing that a little.
Yeah, but that graphics card is beautiful. Have you
Yeah,
seen?
but you think it's that cheap?
Have you seen what that thing can do?
I actually haven't been keeping up with the stats of
Oh,
the
when you get a
using.
second, look at the new 390 graphics card. Mwah! It's you'd never drop another frame again. Actually, FaZe Jev just got that. I was watching his video today, and he's putting it in his PC after he was done with his video. He was building basically an entirely new PC around that graphics card.
I can't imagine how much money building a PC around it. Let alone like you buy it and then you just buy the parts to build something around it. Like, okay, goodbye my next 2 years of paychecks.
I mean, he can afford it. Like, that's the thing about Jev, though. Jev is so smart with his money that, like, I mean, he makes a killing doing YouTube. The man just hit 4 mil. I mean, like, he can afford to do that, though. But, like, I watched a video. You know who Nadeshot is?
Yeah, no nature shot.
He got like a $7,000 PC. The thing is like as big as is like half as big as my desk.
What? Why? Why?
And like it does it all. Like I swear to God, if my streams ever lagged or anything, if I ran into any kind of problems with that, I'd be pissed if I paid. It was like a $7,500 PC. This shit was insane.
Yeah, I can't imagine spending that much money on a PC.
I mean, like if I had the money to do it, you bet your ass I would. Like if I could just spend 7 grand on a PC and just not ever and like not affect my bills or my day to day life or anything like that. Oh hell yeah!
Oh hell yeah!
There's no doubt in my mind that I would do that.
Yeah, but like that's gonna happen.
I mean, like it could someday. I would like it to be. I'd like to be in that position. That would be something that I would be grateful for.
Hey, there's always possibilities. You just gotta keep rocking.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like I'm not going to be there for years, and I know that. But like, one can dream.
A man can dream.
So, you told me that you wanted to get into making YouTube videos, right?
I mean, I could definitely start it. I
So,
feel like it could definitely entertain crowds.
let me ask you this: Why not? Why haven't you started yet?
It's just the aspect of learning everything. And at the moment, I work too much.
That's
It
understandable.
comes to that thing where you got to put enough aside to where you can take time off and
That's
learn the
understandable.
ropes.
But I mean, like, I've been thinking about that a lot too. Like, I watched a video. Do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
I've never heard of him.
Okay, he's this super smart guy. Like, look him up if you get the chance. He always passes along really great information. He always talked about how like when he was in his 20s, like all he did was he worked at his parents' liquor store and like made a bunch of money investing into like his parents' business. Or I could be getting this wrong, by the way. Don't hold me to that. But like this dude came from the Soviet Union and just like built himself
I'm
this and just built himself this empire. And like he's a multi-millionaire now. He owns like a lot of businesses that he's started that are turning insane profits, and it's just it's stuff like that that like, you know, he always says you have 24 hours in a day, right? Let's say
yeah.
you get your 8 hours of sleep when in reality you can get by with 6 or 7, right?
You're
You
looking at a professional. I've been practicing. I only need 4.
I mean, I do as well. I mean, I can get by on 4 as well. But like, let's say you sleep for 6 hours a day, and then you go work an 8 hour job. How many hours is that?
What? I usually work about a 7 to 8 hour shift.
Okay, so if you get your 6 hours of sleep and you have 7 days left, how many hours do you have left? Or how many hours is that?
So, like, you mean week wise?
Like in a day?
Let's. So I got what you say.
You work your 8 hour day and you sleep for 6.
It's gonna give me about 10 hours.
So what you do in those 10 hours is crucial because that is you time. That is the way that he explains it is that is your you time. So what are you doing with that? Are you just sitting on the couch watching Netflix? Are you looking at just bullshit stuff? Or like, what are you doing to better yourself in that 10 hours of you time in your day?
I don't like being called out.
I'm not calling you out at all.
Calling me out,
I'm not. I'm not calling you out at all. But like, he brings up a really good point.
Yeah, no, it's a good way to think about it.
So like, if you want, and like he always says, like if you want to start making content, make content. Put shit out there, which is the approach that I've been trying to take. But like, it goes with that balance, indigestion. But like, it goes with that balance. Like, I want to put out good content, but I need to post. You know what I mean? So that balance comes in. But like, the point that I'm trying to make is like, you could easily be teaching yourself in those 10 hours that you have of like, even if you took 4 out of those 10 hours and just applied it to you learning how to make content or this and that, you know, like you still have 6 hours to do your stuff or game with the boys or this, that, and the other. You know, it's all about how you spend those 10 hours.
It's all about making yourself better at shit.
And like, that's kind of like what I've been trying to live by lately is like, okay, what do I do with those 10 hours? What am I doing to help myself get to where I want to be and to follow my dreams in those 10 hours? Or am I just wasting it away watching Netflix, watching Hulu, you know, or just sleeping or just being lazy? Like, what am I doing with those 10 hours to better myself? And I'm not trying to call you out at all. Like, but like, what I'm saying is like, you could easily do anything that you wanted if you're willing to put out the time. And like, I've started to make a schedule for my day. Granted, you know, things change and schedules have to adapt and adjust. But like, I get up every morning and like, I plan out my day. You know,
Yeah.
if I wake up at 7 a.m., 7 to 8 is my wake up me time where I go out and I have my caffeine. I wake up, I take a shower, you know, all that stuff. So from 8 to whatever, how am I attacking my day? What am I doing to maximize the most time in my day? What do you think?
How am I attacking my day?
How are you maximizing your day, Kendall? Take me through
How
a
am I
more...
attacking How am
take
I attacking my day?
you take me through a normal Kindle
I'm
day.
holding its family at gunpoint.
Okay.
I'm
take
sorry.
take me through a normal Kindle day.
Normal Kindle day. Wake up. Go to work. Get home. Late night. With the boys. Go to bed. At 5 in the morning. Wake up. 10 in the morning. Go to work. Get home late. Late night with the boys. Go to bed. 5 a.m.
So, do you think there's anything that you could do in your days to maximize your time?
Rob a bank and don't go to work. I promise if any banks are robbed in my area, it was not me.
That is the best alibi I think I've ever heard.
They have me on stream saying it wasn't me.
Oh yeah. But like that's just how I've been trying to look at life lately. Because I mean like you look at all these people like Kevin Hart for example. Like that man jams so much into his 24 hours in a day. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that you took a year off of school, correct?
Yeah.
So have you given any more thought about what you want to do?
Oh man, that's like probably the most conflicting, like the most conflict-causing question you can ask anyone.
Okay. Dazzle me. Elaborate me, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
So the problem is, I feel like the idea of understanding what you want to be won't happen until you're doing it. And the problem with doing it and requiring a degree is that a lot of the education you're taught isn't necessarily needed for the job there that you want to work. So, in conclusion, I'm spending too much money when I go to school, and I'm getting fucked by the economy
So
and
what
college.
So if you were to give me a list of 5 things that you wanted to do with your life, what would they be?
The things that I could see myself doing in the future.
Yeah.
Number one, I would like to try voice acting because I feel like I could definitely spice up my life if I voice acted.
See, I never knew that.
Number two, since childbirth, I have watched one movie on repeat and never not enjoyed it.
Ah, I know this one.
And it inspired me to want to become a storm chaser. And
Ladies.
living in Kansas, that would be great. Number three, some sort of instrumentalist. Playing an instrument. And or singing.
Okay, which you do have the voice for that.
Thank you. I'm beautiful. I'm gorgeous. Dead sexy.
And you know it.
Yes, you were right. I do know this. I'm also a cocky bitch sometimes, and I deserve to get socked in the mouth every once in a while.
Alright, number 4.
Number 4.
Burger King.
Stupidest.
Burger
I would
King
like to work at
foot
Burger King. No, number 4. It's something stupid, but I would like to work in a hat shop.
That's
Some kind of hats. I love hats. If I could sell hats, I would sell hats for a living.
that is cool. You and I, because I collect you know I collect hats.
Oh yeah, no, my room is Hat Central.
We need to go to Lids sometime in the mall.
You want a unique hat? There's a store here in Wichita that I custom ordered a hat for like $80 something. It's a kangaroo leather Outback hat.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be pretty good.
Alright, number 5.
Number 5.
Burger King foot lettuce.
I would like to be a head of lettuce. God, you're expecting me to have a plan. Let's see. Number 5. Let me find something random around my room. And, there we go. I'd like to be a serial killer.
No.
Oh shit. All right. Next option. Lamp.
So can you give me like some impersonations, like some good voice impersonations?
This is where this is going. I see what we're doing here. Um. Fuck. On the spot. God damn it. This is supposed to be me doing things for comedic timing. Instead, we're doing it for examples. Um. Let's see. Who do I want to be? I don't know who I want to be.
When I grow up, I want to be famous. I want to be a star.
When I want to be famous. Let's see. Penis, cock, and ball torture.
Dude, I have got to get a new chair.
Yeah, no, you kind of got that squeaky chair.
It's fucking hurting my back. Like, I've got to order like a good gaming chair here pretty soon. You got all these people that like, oh, I hurt my back doing fucking construction. Meanwhile, kids from our generation, I hurt my back doing the Horizon Rock speed run. You know, I fucking hurt my back carrying a fucking 120 pounds of steel up 40 flights of fucking stairs. Oh, I hurt my fucking back because little Timmy kept camping in the corner. That's the difference between our generations.
1940s be like, "Welp, off to investigate the mafia. I may not come home for dinner, but it'll be worth it." Nowadays, president is a different color. I hate him.
Basically.
No, don't take that as a political statement.
No,
don't do it.
This
don't
will,
do it.
in no way, shape, or form will you hear anything political out of either of our mouths on this podcast.
Yeah, nothing political. We'll never say things like Hitler did nothing wrong.
Okay. Trent, edit that out.
Just a giant bleep.
I mean, I could just say fuck it and add it.
No, you should just add a giant bleep.
Just bloop.
Or just take a voice clip of me saying something else.
So.
Like. So.
I forgot where I was going with this.
I've successfully made you lose your train of thought.
Okay,
that's a dub.
I'll let you, since I've been asking you a bunch of questions, I'll let you ask me some questions now.
So, question number 1. What's your favorite kind of lettuce and why is it from Burger King?
Actually, sir, my favorite type of lettuce is iceberg lettuce.
Damn, that's some quality lettuce. So, here we go. Put you through some stuff.
All right.
Lately, I've been trying to expand my my reach of like light and dark, heavy alcohols, whatnot.
Okay.
I like to have a collection of bottles to make mixed drinks with.
Mm-hmm.
For let's say if you were drinking right now,
yeah,
hard or light, what would you be sipping on?
Right now, well, I have a 2-liter of Pepsi that I got when I ordered some pizza for everybody at my house tonight. Which I'd probably be sipping on probably a Jameson and Pepsi.
Mixed drink?
Yep. I'll tell you what, though, and you guys can call me a pussy if you want. I've been throwing back some Trulies lately. The lemonade Trulies.
Listen, anything lemonade is probably something I could.
I usually because I do most of the cooking in the house.
Yeah.
So, whenever I cook, I just crack open one of those and just drink while I cook.
So, what's it like being a mom?
It's like raising kids without actually having sex. It's not as cool.
Okay, so we know who's responsible here and who's not.
Oh, I am the farthest thing from responsible. I take care of my Doge, and that is about it.
Good job, Mom. You did it. Mama Potato.
So, yeah, that's what I would be sipping on. But next question.
Next question. What is this supposed to be? A
No, I
50
mean,
question survey?
no, not really. I mean,
I got you, Chief.
all right, Chief.
We are like primarily like.
You can get as deep as you want.
Oh, really? Oh, yes. Wait, what? Are you hearing my sentences?
Not really. You're try again.
Speaking English. I speak English. I speak it in English.
Loud
I
and
am
clear.
English. I'm American. We're good now.
Yes.
All right. So I wasn't trying to get deep. I said so. Basically, on the like, I know a lot of time we like to play COD, right? That's like our main.
Yeah.
And we don't really like I know that like I've had like some really good like games I used to play as a kid that I like attached to really closely. When you were younger, what gaming franchise do you think you could literally nerd out about the most?
See, that's tough because like growing up, my dad played video games a lot when I was a little kid, but like he would always play when we went to bed because that's when he
Yeah,
would play like his more violent games like Call of Duty, the old Medal of Honors and stuff like that. But
classics.
like he would always like on his days off play like these sports games when we were awake, or like Need for Speed, like the good old Need for Speeds.
Yeah, no, Need for Speed had some
So
really
like
good
one of
older
my
games.
favorite games to ever watch him play was ESPN's NFL 2K5.
K5, Jesus. Yeah.
It had like this really dope like career mode where like you could build like the my crib and like you could just customize it with different things from like you could throw in a home movie theater and watch like clips of stuff and like highlights from games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was just all kinds of different stuff, and like that's like one of like the first like solid, because I have shady stuff when I was younger, like bits and pieces, but like one of like the first concrete memories I have with my dad is watching him play that ESPN NFL 2K5.
It's a good vibe.
And funny enough, actually, I had the original Xbox. For Christmas one year, I got that game. And my dad and I stayed up super late just playing each other in that.
That's that. See, my dad only ever played one game with me, and I think that was like because my dad's not a gamer.
Yeah.
I wish he was, but he's not. But I wish I could have had memories like that with my dad.
And like it got cooler the older I got. Like I remember us standing in line at Walmart, and I think I even told you that we were going to do this. We stood in line at Walmart when Black Ops 2 came out, right?
Yeah.
So we got the game, we got home, put the disc in, we loaded up bots, Black Ops 2 bots. And from 1 in the morning that night to like 6 p.m., that's all we did.
That's a good time.
Was
Black
just
Ops 2 had a good bot system.
yeah, it did. But
Too
like
bad it's just not Black Ops 2.
we bought like a 24 pack of Mountain Dew and a bunch of like Hot Pockets and shit. And like that's all we did was we just stayed up and we just played bots and we took turns with the campaign and then we'd boot up zombies. It's one of my favorite memories that I have with my dad, and that's who got me really into gaming and everything was my dad.
Hmm. So that's like the game. So you'd say that the ESPN 2K5 was probably the game you remember most from your childhood, right?
Yeah.
What series did you put the most time into besides COD?
Ooh, that's a good question. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
It's got to be Assassin's Creed. See, I'm a giant history buff. It was like my favorite thing in school. Like Coach Eddie's government class and American history class in high school. They were easily my favorite classes that I took.
He was, yeah, no, his classes were fun to be in.
Yeah, that man is killing it. By the way, do you know what's going on with him?
No, I didn't hear him.
He is a college basketball coach now.
It's about time he got up there in the
He
big
is a assistant coach for the Neosha Community College women's basketball team, and I hear he is loving it up there, and he deserves it. Easily the best coach I ever had, next to Coach Nation.
I vibe with it.
So I mean, like obviously, when we were in high school, like you ran in the fall, like you ran cross country, and I played football. Like there was always that. There was always that butting of heads, like, and I'm sure other high schools had that shit too. But like, I would never really like beef with the cross country kids unless like somebody said some stupid ass shit.
We had a couple of people who said. We definitely had a couple.
Oh, and we did too.
Time to butt heads, but you had a lot of shit talkers.
We did too, and like, oh my god, like it was always apparent. And then like after the seasons were over, it was just done. Like it was okay. We'll pick this up in the fall.
Yeah, there was never any shit talking after that. It's like, I see, you guys are doing good. Well, guess what? Fuck yourself.
Yeah, basically.
It was like butting heads with each other. It was a mess.
And like, there were a couple times where like I'd be in the locker room after practice, and I wouldn't say anything to anybody, and like somebody would just spout off, and I'm like, guys, I'm good. I just got done running my soul out of my body in pads for conditioning. Can we shut up so I can go home?
You never get to go home.
No, but like high school sports just hit different. Like, you know,
it's because in high school you're closer to the people you school with, right?
Yeah, and like senior year was different for me than everybody else. But like, it hit different.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I vibe with that. Although, would I ever want to go back to high school?
Hell no. Hell no.
I miss high school, but also fuck high school.
Yeah, basically. The thing that I miss most is like being able to get out of school when like I didn't have any sports or anything, and I could just go hang out with like you, because like you were, when I wasn't in season, you were like the only person I ever hung out with.
Yeah, it was basically I would say Garrett.
Yeah.
Like you were the two that I could hang out with, and most of the time it was just you.
Yeah. We had that weird period in our friendship though, where like when you went off to Wichita State and I was still at Hutch.
Yeah, no. It may only be like 60 miles, but Jesus.
But like it was weird because like we didn't talk for like months.
Oh, that's the thing about friendships, especially high-tier friendships. Like, best friendships is you're always going to come back to that one person.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And, yeah, reminiscent.
So, I have to ask you this. If you were to look back at your high school self and tell yourself one thing, like you get that diploma in your hands, you shake the principal's hand, hug your parents, and like you see yourself after high school, what is one thing you would tell yourself?
So this is like right after graduation me I'm talking to.
Yep, like you now talking to that person, what would you say?
What would I say to post graduation myself? I would say something along the lines of cherish friendships a lot more because you're gonna lose a lot of people you talk to. Make sure that you don't take future relationships too seriously because they'll destroy your self-confidence. They'll put you down in the dumps quicker than anything. And most of all, while keeping the friendships you have, try to make more.
Word. I respect that.
And you?
See, I would just tell myself to. I would tell myself a few things. I tell myself to number one, don't be so hard on yourself. That's a big one.
Hard to do.
It is. Number two would be don't be afraid to talk about your problems.
Hard to do.
It is. And number three would be just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy the ride. Because, like, life gets fucky sometimes, so like it just enjoy the time that you have with the people that you have and the moments that you have. And to stop and appreciate them.
Yeah, no. That's the problem with those kinds of times, though. You don't know they're there until they're over.
It makes me think of a quote from The Office, actually. Like, at the...
All right. You hit the Office quote. Go ahead.
I wish there was a way to know that you were in the good old days, or something like that, from the finale.
Yeah. I know the one you're talking about.
Oof, what a show.
I'm much more of a Parks and Rec person, though.
Understandable.
They're both good shows, though.
Yes.
I enjoyed the cast of both.
Do you ever have
Although
that?
I'm biased.
Do you have that one cartoon from your childhood that you just vibed with more than anything?
This is a hard question because there's two that I remember watching almost profusely.
Yeah.
I used to watch the original Teen Titans
Oh, that's a bop.
every single time it was on. But I also liked What's New Scooby-Doo because my spirit animal is Shaggy.
There are two as well that I can think of that I watched religiously.
Hit it.
It was... Number one was The Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Number two, Star Wars The Clone Wars.
I remember when that shit first came out.
I remember going to the theaters to watch the animated movie.
Yeah. The weird thing about the movie is, so I think that was back when George was in charge of it, right?
Yep.
So the thing about the movie is it was actually supposed to be like 6 different episodes, like 3-episode arcs. Or no, I think it was supposed to be 4, 2, 4, frick. It was supposed to be 2-episode arcs that they started the series with. But the people who were talking to George were like, we need something to put out there as like a promo. And they're like, we should just put these episodes together. Because there's like 2 certain parts of that movie that feel like they deserve to be split up.
I agree.
And I believe, so those were originally supposed to be 4 separate episodes.
A really cool Easter egg that I noticed was, do you remember that in the movie, that clone trooper that, like, they called out, he's like, Ridge, your mic's gone static?
Yeah.
Did you know that Ridge survived all the way up until the Siege of Mandalore, survived that, and then got destroyed by Maul literally with a fucking wall?
Wait, when the fuck was that?
If you go back into the episode when they're falling back while Maul's using like the Force to hold up both of the pieces of the wall, like you can hear one of the clones say that Ridge is down and that they're falling back.
Shit.
Speaking of which, it's about to hit the start of the year, which means it's about time for me to re-binge watch Star Wars.
God, oh fuck. It's time.
The
if I didn't know what they did Star Wars in it. Oh, I'm so excited.
It comes out, you know when the first episode comes out, right?
This month, into this month.
Yep, do you know what day?
Shit, isn't it your birthday?
Yep, it is.
Fuck. That's perfect timing.
which
because
which means I'm gonna watch it when it drops at midnight, and then go to bed, and then wake up and have my birthday party.
I guarantee me and the boys will probably be watching that.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah,
That's
it's going to
like,
be a good time.
in my opinion, since Disney took over Star Wars, there are two things that Disney has gotten right. And that was The Mandalorian and Season 7 of The Clone Wars.
I would say that I enjoyed Rogue One too. There
Oh,
was certain parts I didn't like.
I can't forget Rogue One.
I would say three things because I enjoyed Rogue One.
You know, I enjoyed Solo: A Star Wars Story as well.
I would say there was some things about Solo that really bothered me, but for the most part, it's on the good side of things.
Yeah. And then you have the sequel trilogy, but like that's a whole different beast.
That doesn't exist.
See,
Sorry.
the best one out of that though is The Force Awakens.
The first one I guess I shouldn't say the first one shouldn't be the best one because if you look back in time at like,
well, I mean, if you look at all the other first like in the trilogy, I mean, you have the Phantom Menace.
Ooh, yeah.
And then you have A New Hope, which A New Hope is a bop.
Although I don't know if I'd say The New Hope's the best out of that series, though.
Yeah. Well, no, Empire's the best.
Yeah, no, I was about to say Empire's the second one of that, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, no, Empire. You can't beat Empire.
Attack of the Clones is overhated.
Very much so. Thank you. Thank you.
Granted, there are some cringy, emphasis on cringy, love scenes between Padme and Anakin.
Listen, we ignore the love scenes. Ignore the love scenes. Focus on it expands so much for the story.
Oh yeah,
it's such a good episode for the character building of Anakin and why he becomes so like corrupt later on.
Yeah, the Clone Wars does a great job of that.
But I would say that, like, I'm sorry, but the Clone Wars outranks any Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So I'm in the process of watching it now, but this Star Wars channel, it's called like Generation Tech, did a full breakdown of like the 3 years of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It's like each episode's like 3 hours. It's dope.
I might have to check that out because
Yeah.
anything Clone Wars is something I can get into.
Like he goes from like episode 2 to like all the way through the whole Clone Wars. It was really cool.
And I'm guessing he doesn't just do like the show. He goes in depth with like comics and whatnot.
Yes.
This man sounds like a god.
Like he even like broke down from what I saw so far, like he breaks down the fight between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Count Dooku, and like their different forms, and like when they would change their forms, and like how Obi-Wan and Anakin were beaten so easily, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'll have to crack it open myself.
It is pretty dope.
It sounds like it would be sick. What's Kimby thinking about?
Spaghetti.
I wish, dude. I could go for a plate of spaghetti.
Did you not eat dinner?
I had 4 microwaved hot dogs on slices of wheat bread.
Are you not eating good over there?
I eat fine. I always eat fine.
Alright. I mean, like, you're still gonna have to come over so I can cook for you, and not that shitty ass food that my friend made when you came to my apartment.
What was that again?
Oh my!
What was that?
It was meatloaf.
Yeah, sure it was. Yeah, because that's what that was.
Yeah, it was meatloaf. So let me give some backstory here. So I just moved into my first apartment, and we were bringing friends over to check it out and everything. And my roommate at the time and I had invited a mutual friend that we had, and he said he wanted to cook for us. Well, Kendall was over and checking out the apartment and everything. And we were like, oh, all right, bet. So we go to the store. He gets everything he needs. We come back. He starts cooking. Well, when he pulled it out, there were bits of uncooked egg in the meatloaf. The vegetables were cold as fuck. And the potatoes hadn't even been boiled yet. So everybody pitched in money and got a pizza.
It hurts to think about.
And I have that.
So much beef he went through, too. That was a giant roll of beef.
Yeah, he used the whole roll of ground beef.
I don't know, man. That's pretty cringe.
Yeah, it hurt my soul. Whew. But honestly, like, my favorite place I've lived at is definitely going to be the last house I was in.
Yeah, it's just that was a good crew.
It was a good time until we had to leave.
Yeah. Sad turn of events.
But anyways, how would you attribute living in your first place so far?
Thus far, I think we have a good vibe going. The thing about us is we have people politically aligned all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
And in order to make a household like this work, you have to take anything politically said as a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't talk politics. We're really good about, like, staying mutual when it comes to that shit, because we all like the same things.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that we disagree when it comes to politics. Which, once again, I'm going to throw that out the window, because we keep that out of here.
Yeah, let me just roll down the window real quick and throw that out.
I'd roll down the window real quick, but I live in the basement. I don't trust basement windows. Listen, basement windows are sketchy.
I mean, they are. Basement windows are sketchy. I mean, I lived in a basement for a good chunk of my life.
Yeah, your window was, like, top tier sketchy.
Oh, it was hella sketch, bro. Like, there were some times where I honestly thought that bitch was gonna break. Like, when we get a really bad, like, storm.
I think I stayed over one time, but most of the time, because you never had like two beds in your room, most of the time it was always the one. So I always slept like up on the couch.
Yeah.
But like the couple times I slept down there, holy shit! That window, it haunts my dreams.
That is one house I do not miss. Everybody in my family even agrees that is one house that nobody misses.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I know you have memories there, and I know you have memories there because I have memories until they stop being so.
Dude, be glad you don't have TikTok. Every now and then I see the vegan teacher.
No.
You know who I'm talking about?
Unfortunately.
Every time I see one of her videos, especially like there was one where she was talking to God about spreading his message about being a vegan, and I just wanted to put a fucking gun in my mouth.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't take it so bad on vegetarians.
No, but like
vegans, on the other hand, deserve the full wrath of God.
It makes me think of that Family Guy clip where Peter's in the elevator talking to God, and he's like, "So, do atheists go to hell?" And God's like, "No." He goes, "What about people that says they're not religious but they're spiritual? All the way down, straight to the bottom of hell."
Replace that with vegans. Like, okay, I don't really hate vegetarians. One of my favorite cousins tried to be vegetarian. She was for like 5 years. I loved her to death.
I don't have anything against vegans or vegetarians. It's like religion. As long as you're not in my face about it, that's cool.
Oh, and if they force their animal to.
Oh my god, yes. Joe Rogan had a joke about that. About how like this lady legitimately has like made her cat vegan.
Okay, cats are extremely carnivorous.
Yeah.
Like, if you die, your cat will... Or, I don't know if that's a myth or not, but like I've heard
No,
like if you die around
it's
your
not.
cat,
Your cat will legitimately eat you.
I couldn't imagine Fatty doing that
I
to me.
couldn't either, to be honest. I think it would be funny though. I walk in.
Just my skull. It's just my skull. All this skin and stuff is eating off, and it's just my giant fucking cat eating my face.
I'd walk in. Oh, that's just Fatty doing what he does.
He's sleeping on my face. You're like, oh, that's normal. Gets up, my fucking skin is gone.
That's not normal.
Less normal.
Oh shit.
That's one thing. Living in a household where you don't get to keep animals. That's one thing that
Oh,
sucks.
I couldn't imagine. Like
Uh,
I've said this before, but like the best thing I've done since becoming an adult was adopting my puppy.
like I enjoy like I love having a therapy animal, and my cat used to be like if I was stressed, he knew he'd always be there. Living in a house where stress is pretty fucking common,
Yeah.
it's it not having something like that. It does take a toll. Like I'm not saying like anything bad, but like having an animal can really like change the outcome of like how you feel.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing I've done is was adopt Brandy. I've had Brandy since she was 2 months old, and
Good
like
friends.
that, I will keep Brandy until the day she passes away. That is, it is the best thing I have ever done.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you got a dog.
My dog's looking at me like, "Motherfucker, you talking about me?" Yeah,
Brandy Booby Vibendo?
the dog sleeps in the weirdest positions. Like if I like go out to do something and she's still passed out on the bed, she'll like be laying on her stomach with all four of her paws in the air and like just doesn't care. She'll be dead asleep with all four paws in the air.
God, I miss animals. But yeah.
Did you hear about the Mike Tyson fight coming up?
He still fights.
He's doing a fight for charity.
Hey kids, I'm raising money for you. Want to watch me hit this guy in the face really fucking hard?
So, like, you know who he's fighting, right?
No, I have no idea.
He's fighting Roy. I think it's Roy Jones Jr.
I've heard that name.
He's a really good boxer too. But like, so do you watch the Joe Rogan Experience at all?
I started it, but I'm really early on in it, so there's not a lot of guest stars.
So like, there's in one of the newer episodes he had Mike Tyson on, and like in a past episode, Mike had said about how like he doesn't work out anymore because it'll flip the like it'll flip the switch of him getting back into that, because like that's all he did was he would get up and train, and it was just that killer instinct.
Yeah.
Well, he was complaining about how he was gaining weight because he was getting older. Well, his wife said, "Why don't you just get on a treadmill then?" Well, he got on a treadmill, and eventually he just wanted to start doing more and more and more. And then he started sparring again, and it that switch just flipped.
The human mind is something to not be trifled
Oh,
with. Like,
it's
holy
crazy.
cow.
I mean, like the killer instinct that Mike Tyson has. And like, granted, I was too young to really even see any of his fights, and I want to buy. I'm gonna buy the pay per view for this one.
It might be a good one to watch.
But like, seeing just the clips of his fights, he's just different. Like,
Dude, he got a classic Nintendo game named after him.
yeah,
Like, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I have a copy of that on for the. I believe it was this. Not the NES, but I think it's the 64, the one that take the giant fucking square cartridges.
yeah.
Like, yeah, no, like he's been around for a while and he deserves respect. He's a big man.
Oh yeah. So for $10 million, would you let Mike Tyson punch you?
I'm guessing it's no bars hold.
Um, he'll wear regulation gloves and everything.
This man is gonna kill me.
Would you?
But for 10 million, yes, easily.
I'd probably do it for $100 if we're being honest. I mean, we're being honest. I probably would do it for $100.
Just the honor to get punched by Mike Tyson.
Like $100 in a picture, and you can rock my shit. Just make sure you knock me out so I don't feel it.
Nah, I like being conscious. I've never been I've never been knocked out.
Anesthesia's different.
I mean, it would take a lot for me to like willingly get knocked out by someone I know will knock me out.
Well, like, you've never had surgery, right? Like where you had to be put under?
I once had to get stitches in my upright eye because of a tetherball incident.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was an idiot.
It was funny, though.
No, it wasn't.
I laughed.
Fuck you, dude. My moment of weakness. I just wanted to swing a metal baseball bat at a tetherball
But
pole.
like, have you? But
no,
you've never.
School's gone.
But you've never been like under anesthesia at all.
I mean, I had to get knocked out. I mean, technically, wisdom teeth doesn't that require anesthesia?
Actually, yeah, it does.
So yes, I have been under anesthesia.
I have on 3 different occasions.
One was for the surgery on your.
It was my near-death experience. My first near-death experience.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a good time.
That was the vibe.
Not the kind of vibe we want casually, though.
Didn't you come visit me in the hospital when I was jacked up on pain meds?
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Unfortunately, fucking hilarious. But yeah, that was. Yeah, pain meds are a thing.
I went in that bitch. They're like, okay, we're gonna make like 3 small incisions and do an exploratory surgery because they had no idea what was wrong with me. I was just in a lot of abdominal pain because I had ruptured my appendix, but I didn't tell anybody because we went to state for basketball. So like I didn't really say anything was wrong. And we went to state and played in state and everything, and that ride home was terrible. Every bump, it just hurt. Practiced the whole week, played in the game and everything. It just, like, that ride home was so bad.
But if you went back in time, would you tell yourself to get it checked out?
Fuck no, because I lived.
Such a fucking way to look at it.
We went to state. That's an opportunity that a lot of kids don't get. We went to state for basketball, so I wanted to take advantage of it. Like, I didn't know that if I'd have waited a couple more days, I would have gone into shock and went septic and died. No, I thought I had a really bad stomachache. I thought Taco Bell had, really did a fucking number on me.
Just waiting for the turbo shit to come.
Yeah, basically. But, like, it got so bad that, like, if you were to, like, press on my stomach with even the lightest touch, it would hurt so bad. But yeah, I went back, they put me under, and, like, I was shitting bricks. My anxiety was through the roof while they were putting me under the first time. I remember, like, the lady asked me to count back from 10. I think it was one of our classmates' moms that put me under. Or it might have been a family friend that put me under. But, like, she was talking to me, and she's like, we're just going to do an exploratory surgery. We're gonna leave, like, a few marks on your stomach. I wake up and basically get dropped off of my cot onto the floor, basically, is what it felt like. That could have happened while I was unconscious. I don't know. But, like, everything just hurt. And I have this giant scar on my stomach now. And I'm in the hospital for a week, is basically. They took out an abscess the size of a softball, I guess. Or it might have been a baseball. I don't remember, to be honest, but I was told it was a pretty big amount of infection and stuff. And they still couldn't find my appendix.
Jesus Christ.
You remember, I went back a month later and had a second surgery.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a time.
And then
Basically, my best friend was out of commission for like 2 solid months.
it was bad.
Yeah, it was not the best of
I remember
situations.
doing half days at school and just not talking to anybody because I just hurt.
I couldn't imagine.
And then I went under one more time for my knee surgery.
Yeah, no. I'm just waiting on my first surgery to happen eventually.
That was a time.
Yeah.
But like anesthesia is weird though, like back on that topic. But like it was weird because she's like count backwards from 10. And I think I definitely didn't hit 0. There's no way in hell I hit 0. But it was just like it was weird because like everything like just zoomed out and I was out.
Just deuces. I'm gone.
Yep. And like the weird thing was, and like I could be tripping here because I was on a lot of painkillers for that, but like waking up, I felt like I could hear people before I could see.
Actually, no, because knocked out, there's always a chance that you're, like, you can still hear.
But like after my surgery and everything, and when I was laying in recovery and everything, I swear to God, I could hear my parents talking, but like my eyes and everything were still trying to adjust.
Yeah.
It was weird. That was a time. It was a bop.
I don't know if bop is the correct term here, but I'm gonna
It was a wop.
allow it. Yeah, there we go.
It was a
Wait,
wop.
no! Don't make me say that's the bit and restart my computer.
Oh, good. A new patch is going out for Modern Warfare.
Oh my god. I wonder what it's for.
I can read you the literal patch notes right now.
I mean, if you want to.
So, the patch is an update version 1.28, and it is a 9 gig download.
God damn.
This big feature in this update for PC will allow players to uninstall modes they don't play. The next major event as part of Season 6 for Modern Warfare and Warzone is the Haunting event, which begins Tuesday, October 20th. The Haunting introduces a nighttime map for Warzone with more info to come soon. I'm actually good with that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it is. Thermals are going to become a lot more dominant.
So, playlist update, Ground War, Gunfight, Deathmatch Domination and Drop Zones back, Gun Game TDM.
Gun Game TDM?
We have got to play that after this, dude.
Wait, is it a combination Gun Game and TDM?
It's Gun Game with Team Deathmatch. So you're on teams and you get kills with each weapon to win.
That's fucking wonky.
Are you down to run a few after this?
Yeah, no, I'll hop in and start my update after this.
And HQ Firefight. Teams can add to their score by capturing the headquarters and getting kills. And Warzone, they're removing Blood Money quads and adding Plunder quads back. There's a fix for an issue where the next unlock section was showing attachments out of order. Fixed an issue where teammates could spawn inside a closed-off room on broadcast.
That's hilarious.
Fix for a bug where viewing the Nevermore execution in the menu could sometimes cause the animal model to get stuck.
Nice. I guess that's worth it.
Fixed a bug where grenades could fall through the floor in the foreman's office while on Tank Factory.
Just a grenade drops to the floor and kills someone below it.
Fixed an issue where the Gilded Arm variant from the Season 6 Battle Pass... Oh, it was a lighting issue. Fixed an issue where players could experience a crash after reaching wave 45 or higher in survival. Improved stability for PC. Weapons. Increased minimum damage range on the Kar 98 in Warzone. And they reduced the minimum damage range at the SPR in Warzone.
So they reduced damage for the SPR.
Again, Yes. Stop fucking with my sniper rifle.
Too bad. But no M4 or MP5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fun.
The first comment I see is, "I'm taking a shit right now."
Thank you, random citizen.
And then I'm actually gonna respond that with that GIF.
What a classy community. Waiting on Trent to get back. He is not talking.
I am here. I'm just.
You're here. Are you anything else, or should we just get used to it?
That's the bit.
All right, that's the bit.
Thank you, random citizen.
I'm glad we know someone needs to take a shit. That's all I needed to know today.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I know that somebody needs to shit their pants.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, I think we could end it here. What do you think?
That's a good idea, but I really gotta ask who shit my pants.
Who shit? Do you remember? Okay, before we go, do you remember that fucking commercial where it was for a store, but they were talking about shipping things?
Mom, can I ship my pants?
You can ship your pants anytime.
I just shipped my bag.
What the fuck was that commercial?
That's a fever dream. Oh, God. I don't remember what it was for, but I remember that 100%.
I don't either. Like, it was like around Christmas time, too. I remember that.
Yeah, but that's a long time. God.
Do you remember that cringy ass Christmas commercial where it was like the lights, the lights, the lights, the lights, the lights, the lights?
Yes, I do. Quit getting in the Christmas mood, Trent. We still have Halloween
spooky
and
boy
Thanksgiving.
season.
Yeah, we must be spooky boys.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into the first episode of the Sanity Conservation Squad podcast. We're gonna have another episode next week out for you guys, and we'll have a guest next week. So, I'm Trent, along with my partner in crime, Kendall, and thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yes.
Stay awesome.